Do you like Dark Souls? Do you like board games? Well, I got some great news for you. My name's Fig and this is DB News. Dark Souls the board game has been fully funded on Kickstarter. And you might be asking, what is Dark Souls the board game? Well, it's from the brainchild of a company called Steamforged Games, the developer of the medieval football game called Guild Ball, and more importantly, it's officially licensed. So, the creators of the Dark Souls video game gave its blessing, so this won't be taken down, and this is not just some type of fan project. This is a officially licensed board game, but the game itself is beautiful. The prototype that they put up on their Kickstarter page is absolutely amazing, down to the figurines, to the overall art style, and the overall look of the board game itself screams Dark Souls. But the game has been fully funded, and you might be asking, how much were they asking for? It must have been like $100,000 or $200,000. No, it was $70,000 to start the project, and that was funded within 3 minutes. On top of all that, they raised $200,000 within 2 hours, and at the time of recording this video, they're over $500,000 and rapidly going. So, if you want to support them, they have stated they're going to have some stretch goals. For example, Pyromancer is going to be one of the stretch goal classes in the game, and I'm sure there's much more to come. So, in the description of this video is a link to the Kickstarter page if you want to support them. So, on top of a great looking game, what's really important about board games is the actual gameplay. Even more so than anything else, if it plays bad, doesn't matter how pretty it looks. So what is the gameplay of Dark Souls the board game? Well, let me explain what the gameplay is. It's a 1 to 4 player combat exploration game. And this is how Steamforged explains the gameplay. It's playable in either solo or co-op modes. Players choose their role from a number of core Dark Souls character classes. Each class has a distinctive role to play in the game with a unique set of strengths and abilities. With multiple difficulty modes and a high level replayability, this is a game designed to be deep enough to satisfy hardcore tabletop gamers while remaining accessible to newer players. But it doesn't end there. Anyone who plays Dark Souls knows the bonfire mechanic. You sit at a bonfire, you raise levels, you do what you need to do, you heal up, but on the other side, it actually makes all the regular monsters pop back up, so it's a risk reward. Well, that bonfire mechanic is in the game, so if you do rest your character at the bonfire, it brings all the monsters back. So that's pretty awesome that they kept it that close to the source material. So let me explain more about how the gameplay works. Each time you decide to go where you want to go, you'll experience a new danger as you explore, with each new location offering you a real risk to your hard-won progress. If you die, then you drop everything that you've collected and reappear at the nearest bonfire. So, you do return to the bonfire to rest and spend souls, but doing so resets full locations. Or do you just try to brave it out and press on and pray that the next encounter isn't beyond your capabilities? Does it sound familiar? It sounds like Dark Souls. They've really replicated the actual video game to a board game. But again, it doesn't end all there. The game itself, like I said, is already in development. The game is scheduled to release sometime of April of 2017. And you might be a little bit wary of crowdfunding efforts. This seems to be on the up and up, seems to be done by a group of guys who are really taking Dark Souls seriously, who actually love Dark Souls, and everything seems to be on the good. So, I mean, if there's a Kickstarter out there that you want to fund and you like Dark Souls, this is probably the project you want to do it. But let me know in the comment section below, would you play Dark Souls the board game, or would you actually support this Kickstarter? Let me know, and if you want more gameplay, news, and commentary, like my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, thank you for being awesome.